Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the Rap Palette. Beautiful news today. As for now, Rory and Mal has returned to the podcast, the Joe Budden Podcast, the Joe Budden Network. The four founders who cemented this hip-hop podcast, they have returned. And go listen to their new episode, Shaking Up the Tree, 435. And I'm going to read this article for you. Joe Budden co-host Rory and Mal returned to the Joe Budden Podcast following the blow-up. Now, the Joe Budden Podcast has been trending on Twitter. Topic late March, when co-hosts Rory and Mal went on a strike following some kind of blow-up. Although Joe Budden was confident that the duo would return, he wasn't exactly sure when, but apparently the time is now. On Thursday morning, April 28th, the podcast officially Twitter account fired off a post plug that the latest episode, which included a photo of a recent return trio titled Shaking Up the Tree. The episode dives into Rory and Mal's rough 2-month hiatus and some things they observed as they figured out how amicably to move forward. Around the 18-minute mark, Mal refers to the minute break as a bump in the road, but was surprised to see how some people almost rooted for their demise. To see how certain people were reacting for that things they were saying, I was like, oh yeah? This is why I don't F with people, Mal says. That's why I stay to myself, and a lot of people don't really be mixed in because y'all sit here acting like you F with us, and the first sign of turmoil, it's like I knew it wasn't going to work. I knew them ends was finished. Rory hopped in, and there's a lot of that. There's a lot of people saying and praying on our downfall for the JBP, I'm sure. Mal continues, absolutely, but I knew that. But to see it from certain people, to me, it was like, damn, you too? Like I actually gave you dap in conversations when I see you. It's like, oh, okay, so now I got to be that end, that walk in the room and make it awkward. And don't nobody, because y'all fake, you know what I mean? And y'all secretly getting on your hands and knees praying for this ish don't work. Elsewhere, Mal admits he was bothered by Joe Budden temporarily replacing with him Ice and Savon, but ultimately they were able to mend their friendships and get back to business. When we had a conversation at Joe's house, it was like, the business is the business. Mal continues, we can fix that or we can't, but as long as we respect, it's still play. Me personally, I feel like anything can be solved, and that was a part of the conversation Joe and I had when I left. I felt like it wasn't any respect. So let me remove myself because I don't know what is this anymore. I don't feel like I'm talking to my end or in I just met. The more important thing is, as men, we sat down and got our feelings out. Budden addressed the elephant in the room during the 425 aptly titled Tea Leaves after the duo were nowhere to be found. He eliminated some of the suspense. He said around the 16-minute mark, Rory and Mal aren't here. But this is Rory's seat, and this is not I's seat. This is Mal's seat. And whenever they feel like coming home, they can return. And they return. Then I say we can get back to work. And then whatever happened is the same. There's still this team player to come back on the team, he adds. Sometimes in friendship and business, everyone needs to take a step back and go to their respective corners. And sometimes everybody needs a perspective. You know what I mean? To see, and it's all about perception and how to go about it to execute. Now they have time to cool off. Y'all go check out the latest episode and tell me what you think. Rap Palette out.